Sun blazed, air thick, birds tweeting like they owned the place. Summer in the city, pure mental. Our heroes, three lads more clueless than a penguin in a desert. Liam, the cheeky charmer, always up for a laugh. Owen, the sensitive soul, still pining for his ex. And Marcus, the silent observer, more comfortable with beats than people. They craved adventure, a break from the mundane. Little did they know, fate had other plans, messy, hilarious plans. This night, this very night, would become legend. Tropic bar, lads. Heard they got those little umbrellas in their cocktails, Liam declared, his eyes twinkling. Owen sighed. Don't remind me of Paige, she loved those things. Marcus, ever the pragmatist, grunted. Loud music, sticky floors, sounds delightful. But even he couldn't resist the pull of the unknown. They piled into Liam's beat-up Fiesta, its dodgy exhaust sputtering like an old man's cough. The night was young, and they were ready to conquer it, or at least get ridiculously drunk trying. Tropic bar, a riot of neon lights and thumping bass. The air hung heavy with the scent of cheap cologne and desperation. Liam, ever the social butterfly, was instantly drawn to the dance floor, his moves a bizarre fusion of breakdancing and interpretive dance. Owen, nursing a beer and a broken heart, scanned the room for a distraction, preferably one with a pulse and a low tolerance for emotional baggage. Marcus found solace at the bar, observing the chaos with a detached amusement. Humans, he thought, always so eager to make a spectacle of themselves. Section 4. Liam's unexpected encounter. Liam, midway through an especially enthusiastic body roll, collided with a woman of considerable girth. She giggled, a sound not unlike a walrus in heat. "Well, hello there, handsome," she purred. "You looking for a dance partner?" Liam, ever the gentleman, plastered on a smile. This was not part of the plan. Suddenly a voice boomed across the room. "Liam, is that you, you old scoundrel?" It was Gary, Liam's eccentric uncle, a man who believed socks were a tool of the government. This night just got weirder. Section 5. Owen's regrettable reunion. Owen, lost in his thoughts, didn't notice the figure approaching him until she was practically on top of him. Owen? I don't believe it. It was Paige, his Paige, looking even more beautiful than he remembered. His heart, which he'd spent weeks carefully piecing back together, shattered all over again. "Paige," he stammered, "you look different." "Yeah, I got a haircut," she said, gesturing to her hair, which looked exactly the same. This was not going well. Section 6. Marcus braves the beats. Marcus, surrounded by the rhythmic thumping of the music, felt oddly at peace. He closed his eyes, letting the sound wash over him. In this cacophony, he found a strange kind of serenity. Suddenly, he felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned, expecting to see a fellow introvert seeking refuge. Instead, he found himself face to face with a woman who could only be described as a disco ball brought to life. "Hey there, cutie," she said, her voice raspy. "You look like you could use a dance partner." Marcus, normally a man of few words, managed to squeak out, "I don't dance." "Don't worry, honey," she said, grabbing his hand. "I'll lead." And with that, Marcus, the silent observer, was dragged onto the dance floor.
The sun, a rude intruder, pierced through the gaps in the blinds. Owen groaned, his head pounding like a drum solo. He opened one eye, then the other, greeted by a sight that made his stomach churn.
His ex-girlfriend Bethany was sprawled next to him, snoring softly. And if that wasn't bad enough, his mother was perched at the foot of the bed, knitting needles clicking like a metronome.
Across town, Marcus woke up with a start. A beautiful woman with cascading dark hair lay beside him. She looked vaguely familiar, but he couldn't quite place her. Her perfume, a heady mix of jasmine and something distinctly tropical, filled his senses.
"Bom dia, lindo," she purred, her accent thick and alluring.
Marcus could only manage a weak smile. He had absolutely no idea who she was. Liam, meanwhile, found himself in a predicament of epic proportions. He was wedged between the refrigerator and the kitchen counter, his limbs entangled with a potted cactus. The events of the previous night were a hazy blur, but he distinctly remembered a game of drunken twister gone wrong. As the day wore on and the fog in their heads slowly lifted, the three friends converged on Marcus's apartment, the designated recovery zone. The place looked like a bomb had exploded. Empty beer bottles littered the coffee table, confetti clung to every surface, and a lone disco ball still spun lazily from the ceiling.
Did we have a party? Because I don't remember inviting anyone.
No, you just decided it would be a good idea to have a breakdancing competition with a lampshade on your head.
Liam, finally freed from his cactus prison, winced as he surveyed the scene.
Oh God, please tell me I didn't try to serenade anyone with my rendition of My Heart Will Go On.
You did, and it was something.
As they cleaned, Owen stumbled upon a crumpled $20 bill under the couch cushion. Then another and another. Soon, he had amassed a small fortune.
Score! Looks like last night wasn't a total bust after all. I'm buying myself a fancy new vape.
Liam rolled his eyes.
Of course you are.
He, on the other hand, was nursing a different kind of disappointment.
I can't believe I still haven't found a girlfriend. I even wore my lucky socks last night.
Marcus, who was glued to his laptop, barely looked up.
Don't worry, Liam. I'm sure you'll find someone eventually. Maybe try wearing different socks next time.
I can't believe I'm still single. I tried everything to impress that bartender last night, but nothing worked.
Owen, lost in a cloud of vape smoke, offered unhelpful advice.
Maybe try growing a moustache. Have you considered wearing more leather?
Meanwhile, Marcus was oblivious to their woes. He was on a mission, frantically refreshing a web page that displayed the stock prices of a little-known tech company.
Come on, come on. Go up, you beautiful little stock. Go up.
Owen, his interest piqued, leaned closer.
What are you looking at? Is that GameStop?
Marcus slammed his laptop shut.
None of your business. And it's not GameStop. It's complicated.
Just then, Marcus's phone rang. He glanced at the screen and his eyes widened.
It's Apple.
He whispered, his voice trembling. He took a deep breath and answered the call.
Hello? Yes, this is he. Yes, I'm available.
The voice on the other end spoke quickly, but Marcus could barely contain his excitement.
They want to buy my app. They're offering me millions.
Owen and Liam stared at him, mouths agape.
Millions? As in more than 1 million?
Marcus nodded, a giddy grin spreading across his face.
We're rich, boys. We're stinking rich.
The news of Marcus's newfound fortune sent shockwaves through the apartment. Liam forgot all about his romantic woes, and Owen's vape dreams suddenly seemed pathetically small time. They spent the rest of the day brainstorming ways to celebrate, their imaginations running wild.
We should buy a yacht!
And a private island.
Marcus, ever the pragmatist, shook his head.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I am open to suggestions.
He pulled out his wallet and peeled off a stack of bills.
In fact, I'm willing to pay for entertainment. Liam, I'll give you $50 if you call your mom and sing her the Macarena in its entirety.
And so, the day that began in a haze of post-party chaos morphed into a celebration of epic proportions, fueled by newfound wealth and the unbreakable bond of friendship. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the city, the three friends toasted to their good fortune, already plotting their next adventure. The world, it seemed, was their oyster.